I'll be performing a poem called Prince Charming by Chris Gibson. It's in the humorous category, and I apologize to anyone who finds me too charming. I know what you're thinking. How is he so perfect? Yes, my hair does fall just right every morning, and yes, my muscles are beyond what you were used to. And yes, it is my smile that is making your knees weak. But before you run off making a checklist of all the qualities your man just does not have, you should know a few things about me. Like, this took a lot of long nights and patience, and this took a lot of redrafting and sketching. And you see, my creators took a lot of long hours making the character you know and love as Prince Charming. When Disney commissioned me as official princess saver in every single movie, my goals were simple. Be awesome at everything, including but not limited to horseback riding, monster fighting, navigating, critter saving, waltzing, fencing, climbing up mountains, running down staircases, a fast fist, the slow kiss, emoting 3 emotions, content, concerned, and romantic. Wearing whatever puffy-sleeved and feathered headwear was fashionably featured, and not being distressed, lifting a woman in an 80-pound dress, but above all else, always rescue the girl. It's not as glorious as it sounds. Don't get me wrong, it has its perks, like not having to have a job. Or personality. I'm wondering, how many princesses have to be rescued from evil witches before one of them finally asks me for my real name? Not that I'm opposed to my title, but of all the creative geniuses that are paid so many millions of dollars, is this really the best they could have come up with? I've never said anything charming! Or any line at all, for that matter. But if I'm going to be constantly reincarnated in your child's favorite fairy tale, why not come up with something a little more creative, like kind-hearted mandolin musician, or slightly humorous souffle maker, or very educated cage fighter? As if women can only be rescued by mute royalty, I'm not sure what they're implying. I googled myself recently. Wikipedia defines me as a stock character. I'm not really sure how this can be when I battled every ugly warlock and fiery dragon and traveled through every haunted forest and forbidden castle. No biggie. It goes on to say that I'm not distinguishable from other men. But I'm not really sure how this happens when I was the only one brave enough to kiss Snow White when her cold, lifeless body couldn't handle some old bad fruit. And yet the 7 men she lived with weren't brave enough to step up to the plate, and yet we can only say their names like the Lord's Prayer. I've had an identity crisis lately. Girls these days are offended by the idea of being rescued, especially by a Prince Charming when all I've done for 50 years is outdated. I've gotten a story to fall back on. I'm at a loss. If I could, I would take all the detail I would put into these muscles to write myself a backstory so you know the pressure that's in the royal family to get married. I don't even want to be out here in the first place. And the fact that I hate horses and singing, yet here we are. And if I could, I would take the graphite that defines my jawline. And I'd write some dialogue with the princesses I've met. Because forever after is a long time to just sit silent. With all of these things, I would take the colors that were pressed into me, make me so brilliant, and I would make myself a new scene where I could just sit, undefined, black and white. And maybe a beautifully strong-willed woman would see how great I've become and take off and perhaps get off that high horse and those high heels and rescue me for once. But these dreams are 3-dimensional, and so I will silently saddle up my horse and while gallantly galloping, sing a song with some woodland creatures. And then back to my backstory's deep desires. As I ride! I mean, I'm sure there's a princess somewhere that needs saving. Thank you.